Mwananchi, tabia zako ziko chini, unapenda kulipa hongo na kutumia njia za uongo. Una mipango na hata watoto wa kando, haujui hata majina yao. Kura yako uliuza maini figo, ukakulia hadi dini, kisha wasema tukuthamini, na wewe hapo hauaminiki, na wewe hapo haupangiki.
Wapi kidero when you need to slap somebody? Complain ufisadi kwani ulidhani t-shirt 50 bob leso siku ya campaign ilikuwa free? Ni 5 year loan investment utalipa kingia parliament. We are one, amani we are one. Na utumishi kwa wote, utu missing CCTV we were watching. Racial insecurity na job opportunity ni kama mti ya kibiriti. Side moja heavy, usiniambie Kenya kuna umaskini, kwani hizi fat fingers zinaibia nane? Maskando inathreaten our survival. Media define leadership, na sura ukiaka front page na improve readership. Ambia wase wa Twitter wa hashtag hii ama hash reality doesn't make a good TT. Commission of inquiry wanakula commission bila kutupa ukweli. Ni kubaya baka kukiwa kuzuri, unashindwa nini mbaya? Machozi ya perpetrator ineza dilute damu ya victim ilimwagika. After all is said and done, all will be said, nothing will be done. You're not my tribe, but you're my blood type. Like it doesn't have to take tragedy to know that.
Sheria
Good evening. I hope you've had a beautiful Monday and a good start to the week. This is Sheria Dive with me, Mr. James WaNjeri, and today we're talking about something that happens more often than not. Have you been stopped by the police? I was stopped by the police today, actually. And I have to tell you, I'm a lawyer, but still, I was like, oh my God, these people, they can always look for something. Anyway, I held my cool. Went and checked my insurance. That's always the first thing that the traffic police check. Is your insurance active? Then he was like, okay, I didn't get him on that one. Then he came to me and asked me for my driver's license. I said, okay, I gave him. Then he took his phone, checked the system. Then he said, iko sawa, mzee. Oh, basically, you okay, you can go, man. And I just remember sitting there and wondering, as a lawyer, I get a lot of calls from people who tell you the police have stopped me for one reason or the other. Mara obstruction, Mara this, Mara that. How do you actually deal with that? Because one of the places where there's the highest amount of corruption in Kenya is in traffic. Okay, the police arrest you and then they get into your car and they start negotiating a bribe with you. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to take you through the A to Z of everything you need to know when it comes to traffic, violations, what is a procedure, and maybe I will change your mind about giving a bribe to a police officer. Tuko pamoja. But for now, let's get some music. Then, when we come back, let's start by defining what are some traffic offenses that you are likely to be caught, doing. Then we take it from there. But welcome to a beautiful Monday. We're here in studio with Flozy. Let me know, has your week started well? Our YouTube live chat is live. And are we live on Facebook now? No. Okay. So YouTube is live. So you can use the chat feature, or alternatively, you can also just reach out to us on the socials at Power Radio, at James WaNjeri. Let's go.
You're kind of...
You want to sing to the traffic police, nataka unifunze adabu, because you violated some traffic laws. Now in Kenya, we say ignorance is not a defense. The fact that you didn't know, akisikuwa najua hapo hakuna U-turn. No, that does not work. Okay? So here's a list of some of the offenses you are likely to find yourself committing, or some of the laws you're likely to find yourself breaking when you're on the road. Number 1, failing to stop as a driver when you've been asked to do so by a police officer in uniform. That is a traffic offense. Then, one of the most common and popular ones is obstruction, okay? And basically, here we're talking about obstructing the road with your vehicle in a manner that inconveniences other motorists or prevents the flow of traffic, all right? Number 3, driving without a valid driving license, and also driving without a driving license that corresponds to the class of the vehicle being driven. Remember when you went to driving school, you asked which class? Kuna watu walienda kuendesha hadi lori na tractor. Okay? If you are not in that class and then you start driving those things, you've committed a traffic offense. Then, driving a vehicle that does not have identification plates, it does not have the number plate affixed on it, or if they have been placed incorrectly. Then, driving through a pedestrian walkway or a pavement. These are matatus are prolific at this. They are very notorious when it comes to driving on a pedestrian walkway. I actually saw some cabros had been placed somewhere in the CBD, and because the matatus kept using the pedestrian walkway, the place had just become completely messed up. Such people should be seriously punished. I don't know why the police allow them to get away with it. Anyway, failure of a driver to obey traffic signs. Then there's also failure to display lifesavers in the case where any part of the vehicle remains on the road in a position to obstruct or cause obstruction. One of the popular things in Kenya is when your car is stalled, you start laying leaves on the ground. Okay? The correct thing to do is to display a lifesaver. However, we are in a society where unaweka lifesaver mtu anapita nayo, msoanduthi bwana anapita nayo. Okay? So you find people put branches and leaves on the road just to warn oncoming road users. Then, failure of a vehicle to carry lifesavers. You have to have a lifesaver in your car at all times. That's required. Then, you are a learner and you failed to put the L plate on the front and the rear of the vehicle. That is a traffic offense. Driving while using a mobile phone. This one, many people do this a lot, and you shouldn't, because it takes your eyes off the road, and you might just end up causing an accident that will either dent someone's pocket or break a bone or just affect their life somewhat, you know? That's not proper. Then, the other thing as well is failure to produce a driving license on demand, okay? When the police come and say, where's your driving license? You fail to produce it. There's an offense that has been committed there. Failure to renew a driving license. You have your driving license, but it is not current. It is not up to date. I've found myself on the wrong side of the law with this one, where you have the DL, but oh my God, you forgot to renew it. And you know, Kitambo, you could renew the 3-year one. Then NTSA changed their rules, and now you can only renew after 1 year, or you go the Smart DL. Smart DL is chaotic. To get it, you have to start bribing people. NTSA needs to deal with that thing. Producing, actually, I think I saw somewhere that making that Smart DL, I think it's like 500 shillings or something. But you to get it, people start asking you to give them 10,000 as a bribe. Very big nonsense. This country needs to change. Anyway, then the other one is failure of a vehicle to have seat belts. Okay? And failure to wear a seat belt while the vehicle is in motion. And this applies to everyone, okay? You must have a seatbelt when the car is in motion. Then, for those who drive the public service vehicles, is if you drive it and you are unqualified, then that is a traffic offense. I think those of us who come from the mtaa, we know kuna kuanga na huyo mtu akupiga ride. Yeah? He gets the vehicle from point A to point B, where now the real driver takes over. And most times you find they don't have the proper DL. So that's a traffic offense that has been committed right there. Then, when the driver of the public service vehicle, the PSV, lets an unauthorized person drive, that is a traffic offense, okay? Then, an unlicensed individual acting as a conductor or the driver of the public service vehicle. Of course, you know, in Kenya, all drivers and conductors must be registered and they have to wear a uniform. It's like the uniform disappeared. Michuki came with such great rules, and somewhere along the way, chaos is back. And I always say, when you see chaos, someone is benefiting from it. But the law is there and it needs to be followed to the letter. Then, a public service vehicle picking and dropping passengers at areas that are not the designated bus stops is a traffic offense. Failure to fit prescribed speed governors in vehicles, okay? Then, traveling with a part of the body outside a moving vehicle. You know those guys who like to put their hands on the door, yeah? That hand is outside. That is a traffic offense, okay? Also, you have touts sometimes. I see this a lot on Thika Superhighway, where you find one of the touts wants to jump out of the car, or part of the body is hanging out. He's just having a lot of fun, and I usually just wonder, oh my God, does your mother know this is what you're doing? You know, you're just courting death. Anyway, the other one is a motorcycle rider riding without protective gear. That is a traffic offense. And even the passenger riding without protective gear, that is also a traffic offense. Then in terms of those seatbelts, failure to keep seatbelts in a clean and wearable condition. I always remember those days when, you ask, hey, police, wanakuja, seatbelt. You go to wear that thing. It has been on the floor, it's dirty. Yani, you are just escaping that 500 shillings fine. But now the thing has just gotten you dirty. Very, very unfortunate. Then, of course, there is speeding. Okay, you exceed the speed. Now, most of our roads have 80 kilometers per hour, and the highways have, I think, until 110. So if you're driving above that, then that is a traffic offense, and the penalties are there for the different things. So let's work together. Let's create a scenario, right? You are a driver. Uko na gari, hata kama hauna wewe ingia kwa gari. You are in your car. You obstruct. And basically obstructing is you get into someone else's way. Okay? The police stop you. They raise their hand and they say, simama. And you stop. What happens next? The police are supposed to tell you what you've done wrong. They can even ask you to put your car on the side of the road. Then they tell you what you have done wrong. If you do not agree with them, then they will tell you, let us go to the station. Okay? Or if you agree and say, yes, nimeitikia nimefanya, they are meant to actually give you a fine on the spot. Because remember, there's a fine for everything. So the proper position of the law is that if you agree there and then they fine you on the spot, and that's good, and you get a receipt. Okay? But let's say you're a typical Kenyan and you say, no, I did not do it. They tell you, okay, let us go to the police station. While they're in your car, the police being the police, they start telling you, sasa hii kesi unataka kukimbizana nayo. This is a difficult case, my brother. Why do you want to keep going to prison and all this? Hey, now you start now negotiating. Number one, it's important to know how much the actual fine is. For instance, like obstruction, you have a fine of not more than 10,000 shillings. If someone is asking you for 20,000, I think I met someone who was asked for 30,000 for obstructing. I don't know if the police officer was hungry or what was happening, but that is ridiculous. Okay? But there they were. So it's good to know this thing, how much is it? When we come back, we talk about the trip to the police station. Once you get to the police station, what happens? Remember, today we're doing the A to Z of traffic offenses and being caught by the police. What you should know and what you should do. This is Sheria Dive right here on Power Radio.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
maisha, ona vile inatupeleka. Pesa ukikosa leo unakesha na kuna kesho. Tulia kidogo, ganga ya leo, na ukinge moyo wako, moyo wako. We've made it this far, we're gonna be okay. With wonderful scars that help us find our way. And when it gets dark and you cannot feel my faith, pick up the guitar and sing a song again.
Medmanyo kwe Timgi machunyi dwaro Kungena mungeyo Kima kinyo pango Nikech we ran away from misery. We had to pay for it dearly. Tutachelewa Lakini ndoto zetu hatutachorea. We've made it this far, we're gonna be okay. With wonderful scars that help us find our way. And when it gets dark and you cannot feel my pain, pick up your guitar and sing our song again.
Flow, we on a wave, can mix za dema kufu bila na bounce kwa hit track. Ukipenda hala chuchu, jiwe, mayoyo, hey, we got the nunu, I'm in love with my city. Boss, I'm going kuku, hey, hini ya mademu wale ukulenga mtaani. Mkikutana Nairobi, wana wave kwa mbali. Luku ni ya wazi, utadhani Tamford. Saya kinenge, shika mavanga Sanford. Hey, niko idha mapararira kanganya. Big up my hustlers, wanaotamak. My foreigners, wale, makwa wamehama. Machoko shwale jiji, kwa pia ni mama. I'm keeping it real, keeping it local. I'm so raw, original flow though. And Nairobi, ay. It's magic when I'm on the mic, mzeya, ay.
Ain't no city like my city, oh no. Nairobi, they can do it like we do it in the 254. Nairobi,
Gigi,
my hustler, my damn super.
Hey.
Now I'm riding, buru. I love my city, oh yes I do.
Nairobi.
My body, kileleshwa, Embakase, Langata, Dagorete, Kibera, Nakayole, Dando. tunazama ama eo ni kama tumewateko Kampala na Jadaman enai tunaweza robi ai tunatesa hata mayu wako yama ain't no city like my city oh no 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 Nairobi they can do it like we do it in the 254 Nairobi
Jijia.
mahasila na madem supu
Hey.
now I'm riding to Buru Buru I love my city oh yes I do na 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 Nairobi
Jijia.
mahasila na madem supu
Hey.
now I'm riding to Buru Buru I love my city oh yes I do
Na 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 Nairobi. Nairobi. Tumelock it kibobo. Kadunga mosquito. Sio shock it things bobo. Lock it kibobo. No shock it things bobo.
Nairobi, right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about what happens when you have been arrested for a traffic offense or you've been stopped by the police. Now, when you go to the police station, they will tell you, okay, here is a receipt we are writing, and we also need to give you summons for court attendance. Those summons will indicate which day you are going to come to court. Many people do not know this, but you actually can decide which day. If they want you to go to the next day, you can be like, hey, Paul Bana, I'm not available on that day. And they'll be like, okay, when are you available? Imagine, you can do it actually. It's allowed. Okay? Now, once you tell them, they will then ask that you pay something we call bail. And bail basically is what enables you to have your freedom to leave the police station and to go. I have to warn you though, when you go to the police station, part of what the police do is to waste as much of your time as possible. They'll keep you there. Because remember, the idea for most of our traffic police is always to get the bribe. Okay? So you have to mentally prepare yourself for your time to be wasted. And when you wonder why your time is being wasted, you'll really be shocked. I don't know, you hear the guy with the receipt book is not around. As if that's your business. How is that your business, that the guy with the receipt book is not there? Anyway, prepare yourself because that will be done. Now, you also have the option of asking for something we call free bond. You tell them, I do not have money. Okay? So, you can't hold me here. So, give me a free bond, I'll go to court. Because if you fail to turn up to court, then they issue an arrest warrant for you. So, you can also negotiate for free bond. Sawa? Then after that, if you're going to pay any cash bail, ensure that you get a receipt. Why? Because with the receipt, that cash bail can be used to pay whatever penalty the court decides you should pay. Or if the court finds you have no case, then that cash bail is returned to you. So that is not money you're giving to the police. That's why you must always demand that you must get a copy of the receipt. Okay? That receipt is what enables you to get your money back. Now, you've been arrested on a Monday. They've told you you're going to court tomorrow. You've told them, no, tomorrow I'm out of town. Then you say, okay, I'll go on Thursday. Thursday comes. That notice will tell you to turn up to court at 8 a.m. Please do not do that. Courts start at 9. And the court that you are supposed to go to, which is the traffic court, you'll actually find that the court already has their own matters which they have to hear first. So on average, traffic matters are heard at 11, 12, or 1. So if you went there at 8, imagine all that time you just seated there enjoying court premises, which you're welcome to do. Courts are not as intimidating as we believe. You might even just go there and find the judges as is just your age mate. Okay? So do not be in a position where you feel, hey, I'm under pressure here. No. That's not necessary. So you get to court. In court, when the traffic matters start, you have, and your matter is read, you go to and you take the stand. You go to the dock, and they ask you, this is what happened. How do you plead guilty or not guilty? You say, guilty. The court says, okay, based on your plea of guilty, here is the amount that you need to pay. If that amount is equivalent to the cash bail, then the court keeps that cash bail and you are free to go. If it's less than the cash bail, then you get the difference. If it's more than the cash bail, then you top up. However, you also have the chance of saying, no, I did not do it. Which means then the court will say, okay, we hold the cash bail. Or if you're on free bond, this is a cash bail, come to court. And now it becomes a hearing, okay? So the policeman who arrested you has to come to court to give evidence that you are arrested, this is what you are doing, etc. Which means you'll find yourself attending court on a few occasions, like, okay? So you are told, okay, this is the hearing date, you go. If it's a mention date, you go. Any evidence they want to rely on, they have to give you copies of that. It's important to note that that document that you're given to tell you to go to court also provides that when the day comes to go to court and you do not want to go to court or you're not available to go to court, but you want to plead guilty, you can actually send someone else on your behalf. They go there, they say guilty, and then they pay that amount for you. So it could be you, it could be a representative, it could be a lawyer, okay? So that's allowed. So it's not always that you have to be the one who is going, especially when you're pleading guilty. So court hearing process, what does that look like? Now, on average, the court will give you what we call a mention date. And a mention date is basically to come and take directions. And the court will be asking, have you been given the charge sheet? Have you been shown the evidence against you? All those things. Okay, so those are mentions. Then the hearing now is when the case is heard, where the police officer who arrested you comes and you get a chance to cross-examine him and ask him all the questions that you need to. Then the court gives a judgment date, and after the judgment date, then if you're found guilty, you're fined. If you're found not guilty, you are then released. So, do not go to court at 8 a.m. Court start at 9, and that's usually the most important one that you need to know. When we come back, how do you deal? Those are minor offenses, right? So what happens when it comes to major offenses? For instance, causing death by reckless driving. When that happens, is the process the same? We'll be back.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Saturday is with you.
Purple silhouette, so I know you can't see me. How long before I'm wishing like a genie? What's the reasonable reason for your hiding? Till last night I heard you calling on your mama. I cannot even vouch for you, I cannot call on you. So if I don't love you, not taboo. If you don't love me too, so I erase my matching tattoo, cause I put it on for you. If you ever start to really win, if you ever find your queen, I hope she lets you down, 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 down. I hope she lets you down, 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 down. Man, I hope she lets you down, 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 down. I hope she lets you down, 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 down.
Have you never focused on another? Have you never focused, say brother? Have you ever noticed my hangover? You be driving me loco. Reason I believe in you, pronto. You are the one that was supposed to carry me go. But when I'm on the road, baby, that's why I cannot even vouch for you. I cannot call on you. And if I don't love you, not taboo. When you don't love me too. Now I erase my matching tattoo, cause I put it on for you. If you ever start to really win, if you ever find a king, and I hope he lets you down.
Down, 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 down. I hope she lets you down, 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 down. Man, I hope she lets you down, 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 down. I hope she lets you down, 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 down. Funny how many times I'm losing the fight. I've been ready to die, falling into you. Now ain't getting what took. You couldn't hear me. Showing on a file, I was into you. So now when you're gone and you're noticing, there was a diamond you didn't see. I've been shining my way out of your darkness. That's why I cannot even vouch for you. I cannot call on you. So if I don't love you, not taboo. If you don't love me too, so I erase my matching tattoos, cause I put them on for you. about to really win. If you ever find your queen, I hope she lets you down, 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 down. I hope she lets you down, 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 down. But I hope she lets you down, 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 down. I hope she lets you down, 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 down.
Oxygen mix.
That's a Winnie Pinny by Just a Band. Do you remember Just a Band? With Just a Band, or one of the first guys to actually bring sort of what you'd call Kenyan house mainstream. Okay, with I think we're gonna play another Just a Band song. There's that very famous Just a Band song that had come out. Them early days. Actually, nimesahau hiyo ngoma the name, but Floz is gonna get it for us now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not all the time that a traffic offense is a minor thing where you're just taken to the police station and it's easy. And no. Sometimes they're what we call serious traffic offenses. For instance, you get into a head-on collision with another car, okay, or you knock someone down, you kill them, or maybe you injure them. Now, those are serious matters. And what should you actually do? There's this idea that you take off. One of the reasons people take off from the scene of the accident is that Kenyans have this tendency of banning vehicles. They never imagine that the pedestrian was actually the one on the wrong, or the Nduthi guy was the one on the wrong. So you find that many people, for their own safety, they take off from the place. Well, when you get into an accident, you should rush to the nearest police station. Number one, inform your insurance. The person who's insured your car, the insurance company, inform them I've gotten involved in an accident. But secondly, you go to the nearest police station and you actually make the report. Do not engage in a hit and run. Okay? Number one, there's the accident you've caused. But secondly, you've fled and you've refused to present yourself. That is a serious offense. Okay? So once you go to the police station, now let's assume, number one, you've taken yourself to the police station and the car maybe still has dents. The police are required to hold on to that car because now it is part of the exhibit that will be used in the case before court. On the other hand as well, there is a case of maybe the other car that you hit. Both cars now have to be brought there and they'll be held within the police station. There's a special application you can make for the car to be released to you, but that has to be done in court. In such cases where you have serious, someone either has died or has been injured, has been rushed to hospital, the other car has been hit badly, in such cases, you'll find that the police will insist on holding you until the next day when they can take you to court, especially where there has been a death. Okay? That is not the end of the world, though. The court must give you bail because remember, under Kenyan law, the right to bail belongs to every single person. You must be given bail unless there are very, very unique circumstances why you should not be given bail or granted bail. And when that happens, then you continue with the case, just as I had mentioned earlier on how to deal with cases. There'll be mentions, there'll be hearings, and finally, there'll be a verdict that is issued by the court. Now, does the court give you an opportunity to defend yourself when you go before it? Yes. And this can be done either by yourself or through your lawyer. You are allowed to challenge the evidence that has been brought by the police or by the prosecutor against you. The police will come as a witness. You are allowed to ask them questions. You are allowed to do what we call cross-examination. You cross-examine them. Unauliza maswali ngumu hapo because they are saying that you've been involved in this thing. You have the power to do that. Sawa? Now, in case you are being hassled by a police officer, because sometimes I've seen you took a U-turn and then when you go there, you find they've put all sorts of things. Or maybe you are on your phone and then you go there and discover, hey, new charges have been put. Do not worry. Once that matter goes to court, the police have to prove every single charge that they've brought against you. And as I've always said, remember, unscrupulous police and corrupt police will always try to frustrate you. That is part of how the system is wired. Because once you're frustrated, then it means that it is easier for you to pay money or to give up some amount of money. So always have that in mind because that is what they're going to try and do against you. Sawa? That is that on traffic offenses. Now, it's good to understand, I've been caught in a traffic offense. What is the likely amount that I have to pay? In case you fail to stop when you've been asked to do so by a police officer, the fine should be 5,000 shillings. When you obstruct, the fine is 10,000. Driving without a valid driving license is 7,000 shillings. And for driving license, I have to say, the law provides that where you do not have your driving license with you, then you should be able to produce it within 24 hours. Okay? So, if you can produce it within 24 hours and you actually have a driving license and it's valid, then there is no charge that will be preferred against you. And nowadays, by the way, the police have access to the NTSA system. So you just give them your ID number and they can check the system to see if you are a licensed driver. Then, driving a car that does not have a number plate, the fine is 10,000 shillings. Driving on a pavement, 5,000 shillings. Failure to obey a traffic sign, 3,000 shillings. Failure to display lifesavers, 3,000 shillings. Failure to carry lifesavers, 2,000 shillings. Failure to display the L plate as a learner 1,000 shillings. Driving while using a mobile phone, 2,000 shillings. Failure to produce a driving license on demand, 1,000 shillings. Failure to renew a driving license, 1,000 shillings. Failure of the vehicle to have seat belts, 10,000 shillings. Failure of a vehicle to carry lifesavers, 2,000 shillings. Failure to display lifesavers, 3,000 shillings. Failure of the vehicle to have seat belts, 10,000 shillings for every seat that does not have a seat belt. Okay? Or if the seat belts are not of the proper standard. Failure to wear a seat belt while the vehicle is in motion, 500 shillings. Driving a PSV while being an unqualified public service vehicle, 7,000 shillings. When the driver of the PSV lets an unauthorized person drive, 5,000 shillings. An unlicensed individual acting as a conductor or the driver of the PSV will be fined 5,000 shillings. A public service vehicle picking and dropping passengers at areas that are not the designated bus stops, 1,000 shillings. Failure to fit the prescribed speed governors in the vehicles, 10,000 shillings. Traveling with a part of the body outside a moving vehicle, 1,000 shillings. Touting, 3,000 shillings. Motorcycle rider riding without protective gear, 1,000 shillings. Motorcycle passenger riding without protective gear, 1,000 shillings. Failure to keep a seatbelt in a clean and wearable condition, 500 shillings. Now, what happens when you are speeding, okay? If you're caught speeding between 1 to 5 kilometers per hour above the speed limit, then that should get you a simple warning. If you're caught exceeding by between 6 to 10 kilometers per hour, 500 shillings. Between 11 and 15 kilometers per hour, 5,000 shillings. Between 16 to 20 kilometers per hour to 10,000 shilling fine. Tuko pamoja? Tuko pamoja. That is what you face when it comes to traffic offenses in Kenya. And this information is important because then it helps you to understand if the fine is 500 and the guy is there asking you to give him 5,000, you're like, come on, I'd rather just go to court and pay the 500 and I'm done with that thing. Because also remember here on Power Radio, we promote the rule of law. Citizens should not be paying bribes because paying a bribe is actually a violation of the law and you are perpetuating illegalities, bad manners, immorality, and corruption. So do not pay a bribe, especially because the law already provides a way out. You can be brought to court and you can deal with the matter as a court matter. Do you have any questions? I'm looking out through our live feature. If you have any questions, we can just respond to any of those. But for now, let's get that song. I hope Floozy found it. So let's see.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Dunia ina mambo bana, ukishangaa sana tena sana. Hata mimi nashangaa bana. Ukiniona waniona na aibu sana. Wase wangu kwa mtaa wanawika bana. Siku hizi naogopa kuomba bwana. Juu hata mfuko za wakora za imba hozana. Walinipa uongo nami nikakubali, nikamfuata nyuki nikalimwa na asali. Weka tumbo mbele, wacha kile nyuma. Mighty Cavaliers walisema sikusikiza.
Baba na mama walinigusia ewe kijana. Kuwa mwanangu jione dunia ina mambo. Yao sikuyasikiza, sasa mimi najuta. Kweli najionea, dunia ina mambo. Dunia ina mambo, dunia ina mambo.
Dunia ina mambo bana.
Dunia ina mambo, dunia ina mambo.
Dunia ina mambo sana.
Dunia ina mambo, dunia ina mambo.
Dunia ina mambo bana.
Dunia ina mambo, dunia ina mambo. Dunia ina mambo.
Nafunga bao, nitapita dao. Ubaya binadamu ni rahisi kusahau. Changu ni chetu lakini chako ni chako. Mtu wangu wacha vako. Marafiki wamekuwa manafiki bana. Najionea tena kushangaa sana. Niliacha kuwa mjinga ati sasa najiringa. Kistajabu ya Musa ya Firauni bado.
Walinambia kijana jihadhari na ulimwengu. Hao walimwengu si wazuri kwako kijana. Yao sikuyasikiza, sasa sasa mimi najuta, kweli najionea, dunia ina mambo, dunia ina mambo, dunia ina mambo,
Dunia ina mambo bana,
dunia ina mambo, dunia ina mambo,
dunia ina mambo sana,
dunia ina mambo, dunia ina mambo,
dunia ina mambo bana.
dunia ina mambo, dunia ina mambo, dunia ina mambo. Ukiwa nao leo, marafiki ni wengi sana, watakusifu wewe kijana mzuri. Dunia ina mambo, dunia ina mambo. Ukiwa hunao, wengi wanakukimbia na mengi kusema, wewe kijana mbaya. Dunia ina mambo, dunia ina mambo, dunia ina mambo.
1903, two brothers, Orville and Wilbur Wright, changed the world with their first successful flight in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Before that, they used to work on bicycles. This is my message to you, that today's bike could be tomorrow's aeroplane. We've come to the end of this show. Have a lovely week. See you back here on Saturday between 1 and 3 p.m. as we do Sheria Dive on Saturday. I hope you have a blessed time. Take care of yourself. We need you for the future of this country. Next up is Ha Hey by Just a Band. God bless you all.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Microphone check 1 1 2 now. Kiwasha nare madhare taonja vibare missing not desiba benko tukatika tistaki kusikiza stories za charity nipe wings need defy gravity zema to go wax musea evacuate area to go wax musea serikali haijali sanaona mbwagali afadhali daima mejam judo haikam na siwezi kumshow ati life ni exam juu mtatupiwa sufuria na hizo ni aibu ndogo ndogo misipendi so nikikupita tao jua sio madharau tuko wax musea evacuate area tuko wax musea nipe nafasi nikueleze kiasi vile sisi hufanya pande hii ya the tracks. Hatuchezi na kazi, sipoteze wakati, tumekunja mashati. Tuko wax musea evacuate area. Tuko wax musea evacuate area.
Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train. To Zion, to Zion.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.